USA.
Last year, I went on a dream vacation to the southern Spanish region of Andalusia, which was at one time a beacon of diversity and tolerance for different ethnic groups and religions. Here, I visited the Alhambra, a medieval Islamic fortress and palace, and got a chance to check out the Hall of the Ambassadors, which is a very, very, very important place in history. It's here, in 1492, that the victorious Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, received the key to the Alhambra from the last Muslim king of Andalusia, promising to protect the city's Jewish and Muslim populations. In addition, in the same room, Christopher Columbus asked the two monarchs if they could finance his trip to the New World. I know, we covered some of this in our previous episode, which you can see by clicking here, but what I'm trying to communicate is that history shapes the stories we tell in more ways than you could think, and usually our understanding of history is written from the point of view of the victor, or the dominant sense of morality present in our culture.
When I was 16, I used to be really, really shy because I was navigating so many identities that I don't really understand. Like, you're growing up in the hood, you're undocumented, you're queer. Like, how do you negotiate that at 16? And also, what are the examples that you look out for? Like, who are the people that have made it, who are living like this? And I could not find one example, right?
The notion of a single story comes from Nigerian author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, who said, "To create a single story, show a people as one thing, as only one thing, over and over again. And that is what they become." Power is the ability not just to tell the story of another person, but to make it the definitive story of that person. Start the story with the arrows of the Native Americans and not with the arrival of the British, and you have an entirely different story. Start the story with the failure of the African state and not with the colonial creation of the African state, and you have an entirely different story. Birthed from colonialism and notions of racial inferiority, the single story still exists to this day. You can find it hidden in systems of power that promote one good or acceptable viewpoint, or morality, which aim to devalue diversity from within. But who has the power to change the single story? It's not mainstream media. They just want to keep promoting the single story, because when everyone thinks the same, it's easier to obtain money through ad revenue. It's not our government. Each political party has their own agenda, so every 4 years, a different version of the single story will be promoted. But one group of people can push aside the single story and bring about a huge societal impact. But first, there's something really important that we need to remember. Artists at all stages of their career must make a continuous effort not to fall into the trap of the single story. If you're a writer, an illustrator, a painter, creating a character of color, a gay character, a disabled character, what have you, ask yourself, am I truly creating a diverse character, or am I inadvertently promoting a stereotype? Think of it as creative responsibility, knowing that your vision and the projects you create have the potential to reshape the world, for better or for worse.
That's the funny thing about identity politics, that oftentimes it can become kind of sort of like a bubble. So how do we, as artists, that one, we're writing from trauma, we're writing in order to heal, how do we also burst through that and write a universal experience or a human experience? So I feel like we all go through these kind of self-doubts and navigations. And for me, it's like, how do I not use my identity as a trope? How do I use my identity to break through? And that's what I kind of try to do in my work. This is my nature, the truth in my heart, the breath in my lungs. Yo soy the one you fear, the one that got away, so el único que se te fue, the one that grew from your hate and still manages to love you. Yo soy el hijo que nunca será padre, el nieto que nunca será husband. I am the near and the far of earth and sky, el sol y la luna. Soy everything that is in between, entre el hombre y la mujer. Soy el ser que por tu ignorancia no quieres reconocer. I am the one you define with hate, the one that doesn't fit your labels, but manages to reclaim his name. Yo soy dualidad, y aunque digas que esta es la misma canción, el mismo poema, te repito que nosotros seguimos hablando de compasión. Yo soy de fuego y tierra, de mares que liberan, de muertes silenciosas. Yo soy la muerte que que me deseas. I'm of destruction and reparations, of freedom in cages. I'm the bird that still sings praises. Y con todas mis fuerzas te digo que tu odio me libera, porque más que espíritu enjaulado, yo soy el poder de la conciencia.
Faced with a single story, over time, my ancestors decided to tell their own story, a story of struggle, hope, diversity, and inclusion. As a creative artist, I am devoted to telling my own story in my own voice, even when I'm doubtful, or when it seems like nobody wants to hear it. I hope that you too tell your story. It's only when we use our authentic and individual voices as diverse creators that we can add new layers to the rich fabric of the American narrative. Thank you for watching Storyboarders. My name is William D. Caballero, and I will see you soon. Hey there, William D. Caballero. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Storybored USA. If you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button below and tell all your friends about this show. We're coming back with many more episodes that explore the creative process in an effort to help you, the viewer, understand the power of your creative voice. So thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.